You pointed out earlier today there was a statement from Mitch McConnell that came out essentially trying to exploit this division here and this fissure between the progressives and the moderates and how that interacts with the bipartisan deal. But you pointed to some comments that McConnell had made just a few weeks ago where he essentially acknowledged that, yeah, these two things are going to move on two tracks. Everyone sort of knew that, but that didn't mean that there was not good reason to do a bipartisan negotiation. So, I mean, walk us through what McConnell is doing here and the role that he's going to play and whether this bipartisan deal actually passes through the Senate.
That's right, Casey. Senator McConnell knew that this separate reconciliation bill was coming. About 2 weeks ago, he said they expect Democrats to send that reconciliation bill to pass that. And the only question is whether there's a separate bipartisan deal that happens. Now, what McConnell is doing is trying to capitalize on President Biden's misstep to try to get him to extend that remark that he made, delinking these two bills to demand that Speaker Pelosi and Senator Schumer do that as well. That appears highly unlikely because Democrats don't seem to have the votes to get that bipartisan deal through either chamber unless they give progressives assurances, ironclad assurances, that it won't get in the way of the reconciliation bill. Now, the role that McConnell plays here is important to know. It's not necessarily the case that they need his vote to pass this. There's a road to 10 Republicans as long as McConnell's quiet stamp of approval is on this. If he tells his members, I'm not going to vote for this hypothetically, but you guys vote how you please, then there is a path to 10. But Casey, you and I know a couple of things about McConnell covering him. That number one, he doesn't like to give legislative victories to Democratic presidents. And the second thing is once he really puts his mind to filibustering something, he tends to be unstoppable. Right? So that's really where they need to get McConnell here, to a place where he doesn't staunchly oppose this bill and he isn't working to scuttle it. And McConnell has some intra-party politics of his own to think about. There's a contingent of Senate Republicans that wants to do things and not just block things, and that's the negotiating group on infrastructure. Infrastructure is ground zero for the kind of issue where the two sides can work together. It's a relatively low salience issue. Everyone likes roads and bridges, and it's not likely to generate the kind of blowback from the right that something like gun control, for instance, or voting rights, for instance, would do. So the path is there, but McConnell trying to make the most of this misstep by President Biden right now.